For most businesses and organizations, it's marketing that dominates conversations, it dominates mental space. And there are no shortages of offerings to back this up either. There are courses and books and articles, there's trends and secret tricks. And yes, I am an advocate for marketing, but it's not to be confused with brand building. And understanding the differences brings a lot of clarity to knowing where to focus and when. So, if you have ever been overwhelmed with navigating marketing, there might just be this missing piece that can make it so much easier. Most of the attention in a business is given to marketing, to sales, to branding, as in logos and design. But brand building, that's the missing piece. It's the thing that makes branding and marketing much more straightforward and effective. When you have a brand strategy, you're not guessing anymore, you're brand building. So when it comes time to choose a logo or choose a new logo, you're not just drawn to trendy options or relying on a designer. You're going in with a clear vision. You have clear messaging. That makes marketing much more straightforward. You've thought through the experience you're crafting so that it's not just sales, it's community building. And the difference in all of these is having a brand, not just a business. And marketing, well, that's just telling people about it. But without a brand, what are you telling people about? In this case, marketing often becomes about sales when it's not about audience building. So yes, these terms get all mixed up. But taking the time to just step back, dissect, and understand them for what they are, it allows you to work on each piece in turn. And it's much easier to elevate your work. You're suddenly on this different plane, building things with intention instead of trying things and hoping. And especially when you are small, a brand will eat sales and marketing for breakfast. Is your marketing a small piece of brand building? Or is your branding just a small piece of marketing and sales? And I think that most often brand building is thought of as ancillary to marketing. But unless you're just heartlessly chasing sales, it's actually the other way around. And when you start with brand strategy, marketing becomes just one more tool that supports your brand building goals. Because marketing, after all, it's just telling people what you do, what you care about, what you're putting into the world. Brand building is what has the capacity to change how your marketing looks and how it feels, how people feel when they consume it or come across it. So building a business is about having a product or service, but building a brand is about cultivating an experience. A business requires you to be clear and then deliver on it. But a brand requires more. It requires personality, authenticity, and consistency. Brand building includes business building. But if you're just focused on the business building, you might be missing the opportunity to build a brand. Does that make sense? When you focus on your product or service and forget that underpinning experience, that's when you're missing the opportunity to brand build. You're selling, not creating something lasting. And in some ways, yes, brand building is more work. It takes intentionality to build a brand strategy. It takes intentionality to think through the experience and to continually show up to bring all of this into existence. But it's not like chasing sales all the time is easy either. always having to get new people in the door, doing shallow, forgettable work, that's draining too. So really, it's just about a choice. There are two paths, and you get to choose the one you take to build a brand or not. Do you want your work to be about more than sales? Do you hope in some small way to make a lasting impression on your customers and the people you serve? If so, then you're a brand builder. And marketing will help you spread the word. But the end goal is so much deeper and richer than just that sale. It doesn't even end there. And in fact, this long-term, non-striving approach is actually more likely to lead to more sales without trying. And doesn't that sound really nice? Whether you're growing a brand or just running a business, both need marketing. But when it's just about dollars in and ROI in the bottom line, that's when marketing exists just to generate sales. And this is the appeal of sales funnels, right? Like, put a simple structure in place, move people through the sales steps with as little time and energy from you as possible as you push them to the bottom of the funnel to the sale. But when it's about brand building, when it's about that experience, then marketing becomes how you take a journey with your audience. It's how you introduce them to your brand. It's how you invite them in, invite them to stick around. It's how you give them the information and knowledge they need to become confident buyers. You're not trying to push sales, but you're helping them to know whether you're the right fit for them. And when you have a really good product that you really care about, you're less worried about everyone buying and more worried about serving the right fit. Because you understand that you offer something different. And to be unequivocally right for someone, you're also going to be the flip side of that coin and be wrong for someone else. To serve everyone is to serve no one. And to be loved, you must be unloved. So free yourself from always chasing approval. Dare to be clearly wrong for someone. And there's a Brené Brown quote that I love and remind myself of all the time. She says that clear is kind and unclear is unkind. And you're helping people. You're helping them know whether they belong with you. And marketing will get people in the door, but it's up to you to set the tone and craft an experience and to turn that interest into an audience. And a business is going to end at the sale, but a brand goes beyond the sale to the relationship building. And this distinction informs the type of marketing you'll pursue and the messaging you're going to use for it. And understanding your brand building goals gives you really tremendous clarity and direction as you approach your marketing strategy. You'll start to get a feel for what fits and what doesn't for your work and your audience. You'll know what to say and how to say it. You'll get really good at infusing authenticity and personality, which will, of course, only draw your audience into you more. And it'll do it really naturally. You're not paying for them to be there. You're inviting them in and they want to be there. And in my experience, there's such a big emphasis on marketing and sales that even the people who really do care and really do want to do things differently still find themselves too preoccupied with getting sales in the door, too preoccupied with their marketing. and not worried enough about how to keep them there. They're not worried enough about brand building.